Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 273 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we have a really cool house, really close to the Bird Streets, almost one of your neighbors, at 7310 Caillet Street.
And in our second segment today, we're going to talk about the impact of community and neighborhoods on your home value.
Lots of information. We're going to go over four really great neighborhoods here in the Metroplex in Dallas that'll kind of give you an idea of what does make those big impacts that are different than just the bathroom and the kitchen. Important information, Jeff.
It is.
So one of the things we're going to talk about first is it is summer concert series, and we picked three of our favorite. Now there's a bunch happening in the Metroplex, but these are some of the three that really caught our attention.
The first one is Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton, if you are not a Chris Stapleton fan, I don't know what's wrong with you. This is at Globe Life Field, June 15th, which means it's coming up. Get your tickets if you haven't yet. He has a new album out that is called Higher, and that is kind of what he is promoting at this point. He also has a Sirius XM station devoted just to him and his music.
Do you know who one of the special guests is on this tour? It is George Strait.
Really?
Unfortunately, though, he will not be at American Airlines Center, but I wonder if they will be selling his new whiskey that he has partnered up with Buffalo Trance.
I've seen commercials or video of online things about that, but interesting combination. Why not?
So one of the things, if you're from Dallas, you know about the Cedars. And there's an area, there's a bar down there called Lee Harvey's. And Lee Harvey's is an indoor-outdoor bar, and this is a great time to be outdoors here. And there is a Tears for Fears tribute band called Mad World. One of the first times I went here was with a large group, and it was in the fall, and we went and heard A Boy Named Sue, which is a Johnny Carson. And I also went and saw, Johnny Cash. And then I also went and saw A Boy Named Sue at Double Wide. So it's a great venue to see some really unique bands that are really fun.
I was with you both times.
Did you go to a Girl Named Sue?
In
Double Wide?
Sue at the Double Wide, yeah.
Double Wide has changed their mix a little bit. I didn't find anything that we would want to talk about. But it's a great place, super pet friendly, indoor-outdoor space. The food is great. And if you're looking for something that feels a little bit like Austin, this is a go-to for you.
And the last thing we want to talk about is the candlelight concerts in Dallas. These are concerts that are in different venues around the city, and you can choose what style of music you want to buy a ticket for. And I think you said tickets were
about 25-ish
bucks. So you could go and see, see and listen to orchestrated music from one specific artist.
So like they're advertising right now, like if you wanted to go to Cathedral of Hope, Coldplay, the best of Coldplay will be there. They also have Metallica. And for all you Swifties, you have not been left out. She also has an entire series there with this. Definitely worth the go and listen and enjoy. It's a really nice way to kind of round out the evening. And it's something very different. I do believe this might be the first year they've done here in Dallas. So check them out. They're on Fiverr.
The next thing we want to talk about is we always talk about Market Watch. And Market Watch is really just a very short time capsule of what's going on in the market. We compare everything that's happening in Dallas County in the last 7 days, and we bring it to you on a chart.
Yeah, this is a good way to get, as Jeff said, rid of the hype and find out what's happening. So let's take a look. One of the first statuses that an agent has available to them is called coming soon. It's not required, and therefore it actually does not appear on websites. But it is a good way for, if you're interested in an area, to get a little head start on what should be showing up in the market. If you are interested in that, it has to be set up with us. It is not a field that is actually picked up on any IDX feed that supports other websites. So that's actually down 7%. New active listings, this is great news. We're up 22%. So 111 new listings just came on in Dallas in the last 7 days. Option period, we're seeing that begin to tick up, and we will continue to see that tick up as we move closer to the end of this month. That's up 4, which is up 4%, which is up 12 homes.
And new pendings are up 25%. There were 127 that went pending last week in Dallas County, and the number of solds were down 29%. Now, don't get too alarmed about that. This is it's an occurrence every month because most people close their real estate transactions toward the end of the month. Last week would have been the first week of June. So there were still 323 houses that closed last week. Mortgage rates are remaining very, very steady. We are still seeing a 6 at the front of that, which is what we want to see. They are down just a smidge, and this is a 30-year conforming mortgage average rate. We get this information from Optimal Blue website. It's just a great resource to go look at what rates are doing and what they've done historically.
Yep. So now let's shift gears and go ahead and take a look at 7310 Caillet Street. This is an amazing 2-bedroom, 2-bath plus study. It's just under 1,700 square feet, priced at $789,000.
I love this location.
Oh,
you would be
really?
You would be one of my neighbors. You would live within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks of me, and I cannot. People get tired of hearing it, but that is one of the best things about living in this area is the convenience and just how quickly you can get to wherever you need to go in the entire Metroplex.
Because of the location, you have really great access heading east and west using Lovers or Mockingbird, which makes things super easy. And then also you have the toll road, which is less than a quarter of a mile away, shoots you all the way up north, head into Prosper, or head into downtown Dallas, heading south, and then commuting via airplane could not be easier from this location.
Yeah, whether it's a private plane or if it's commercial flights, you've got Love Field right there. If you are taking international destinations, getting out to DFW is a breeze.
Super simple. So we also like to talk about what are things that are in this area that locals love, because if you're listening to this, you may not be from Dallas, and it's a good way to kind of get a feel for the vibe. One of the newest restaurants that has just come up in this area is called Nikki Greek Bistro. And this is a really great place, been there, and I believe you're going there this week.
I am going there. I am. And ironically, this is the same owners of the Ivy Tavern that we talked about just a bit ago.
Really?
Yep, sure is.
Okay, well, it feels nothing like that.
No, it is nothing like that. It's a completely different. They just happen to be the people that did this. A lot of people know this space because it was home to City Cafe for 30 plus years, and it is just off the corner of the tollway and Lovers Lane. Parking's not that great, but they've got valet. Uber works really, really well if you're going there. I think that's actually what we're doing this week is Ubering over there.
So here, I'm going to back this in a long way. So Grant Wiseman, Bird's Eye View, is friends with Costa Christa. Costa Christa is a photographer that does a lot of, started in real estate landscape and now has moved over into the art field. I believe somehow his relatives are the owners of this place because I saw him there that night.
Interesting.
Yep, small world.
Yeah, very small world.
So Katy Trail South Trailhead. Jeff is going to talk about this because he's a little more familiar with biking than I am.
So I picked this because this to me makes a really good like 10 to 12 mile round trip bike ride. And you could start off at 7310 Caillet, work your way over to Harry Hines, come down Harry Hines and pick up that southern trailhead entrance into the Katy Trail, ride the Katy Trail all the way up. You can take it all the way up just right before you get to Mockingbird, and then you come back across on Mockingbird. And again, when we go ride the North Haven Trail, used to, we'd do 16 miles round trip. And so, and it would take you an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. This round trip is probably going to take you an hour and a half, but you're also dealing with traffic, and you're also, there are other factors in this one. But I think this would be a great round trip bike ride.
I would definitely want to know if there is an Uber with a bike rack. I get down there, I may want to stop. So one of the other things in this area is the Ivy Tavern. The Ivy Tavern is located there on Lemon Avenue. Ivy Tavern recently kind of just had a facelift.
It's interesting. They've had like 3 or 4 facelifts.
They're smart about that.
They are. That's how you stay in the bar and the restaurant business. I know, but you got to keep it fresh.
Yep. So there is parking that is in the back on a private parking lot, but there's also parking in the neighborhood that's really easy. Indoor and outdoor seating, both available. I wanted to say that during the winter, spring, fall months, this is more of an outdoor bar. A smaller neighborhood outdoor bar. We were just there for the first Mavs game when they lost. Had a great place. This is where we were sitting right out there. Lots of it's covered, lots and lots of misters. really large bar. I believe they had 4 bartenders. It was maybe a 2-minute wait for a beer. Definitely worth a check.
One of the funny things about this was we went over there one afternoon. This was it was probably early Sunday afternoon, not Sunday fun day, but like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and they had 2 bartenders outside that were they were working it. They were working hard. But there was something about the day, like we were super hot or something, and we went inside and there was nobody in the bar. The indoor bar was not open. So,
Oh, wow.
I mean, that just tells you how focused they are on having that outside neighborhood feel.
It is, and they actually do a great job with it. So
They do.
all right.
So 7310 Caillet. This is a really wonderful little house. This is home that has been through a beautiful transformation. This is in a neighborhood where they're building $2 and $3 and $4 million homes. And so if you can get your hands on one of these little gems and do this level of renovation on it, you are golden. Love the entry on this. They've done this really great wood door. I love the old style antique left alone brick. A lot of people would have painted that. I love the fact that they kept it the way they did.
And when you open it and come in through that front door, you've got a really great living room that greets you here with a gas wood-burning fireplace here. That door that you see there in the white door, that actually goes out to a private courtyard, which is really great. But the house has a lot of flexibility because just directly behind that is like a little landing spot that you see there. That's really great for a bar. And then you can see how well this dining room flows and connects both to the kitchen and to the dining room.
Yeah, that dining room is really a great size area to have. They have done something a lot of people don't do when they do this kind of renovation. They have continued the wood flooring where it is just seamless into that dining room.
That's one of the key elements that really helps keep a house looking less hodgepodge. As you can see here, this gives us 2 different views, and we get to see how well this kitchen has been put together with a butcher board, farm sink. It's got almost like the tongue and groove feel on the cabinets, and also the floating cabinets up as well. The tile on the back wall also really kind of tie everything together. And as you can see here, I love this oven because it has both the regular industrial size, large, but also the smaller, whether you're doing some smaller cookies. And then here they've got a really smart pantry. And it also has a little eat-in spot right there. This is a really well thought out kitchen.
And this is the master bedroom on the back of the house. As you can see, windows have been replaced. There are 2 closets in this, the double door you see there, and then I don't know if we do turn around and shows you where the master bathroom is. And this master bath is done just beautifully. I think there was an extension done onto the back of the house to create this space. But again, it's done seamlessly.
And that's the key, and we're going to keep saying seamlessly because so many times when upgrades happen, they don't feel seamless. This addition right here is exactly how you'd wish it and want it to be in a new home. Double sinks, double mirrors, tub, walk-in shower. These are all elements that are really difficult to find in a home of this era. And as you transition, this is going to be the first bedroom. This is at the front of the house through that one window right there that is actually overlooking the small courtyard patio. And this is the bathrooms between. That is a really great vanity. It is an actual piece of furniture that has been converted using a countertop. And that is a very trend-forward green they are using.
So these people use this as a little workout space / office area, looking out onto the back covered patio. This could be a great 3rd bedroom if you needed it, but here's the outdoor space. And again, they've really done a great job with this. The place at the fire pit, what you see on the right-hand side is a 2-car parking space that you could certainly build some kind of covered structure on there, and it would go in perfectly.
So this is 7310 Caillet. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a study, built in 1948, 1667 square feet, priced at $789,000, which comes in at $473 a foot. This is an amazing home. You can actually click on the link in the comment, and that way you can see all the pictures. It's also great because you can share it with friends and family. If it's something that you'd like to take a look at it, let us know. We'd be happy to make that happen.
And we'd like to say thank you to Taylor Summerfield for letting us talk about her home. And here are a couple of other properties that we have available. If we have 4529 Royal Lane. This is a magnificent 6,000 square foot, 1-story home, 5 bedrooms, 4 full baths, 2 half baths, 3-car garage. Just a masterpiece of a custom home that was built.
And it has a hot tub that will seat you and 26 of your closest friends and have 2 floating tables to go with. This is one of those houses that you do not want to miss. Everyone is blown away. There are no stairs inside this house.
It's really, really an amazing home. The next one is 2508 Belmont Place, and this is in Plano. This is another fantastic home. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, also has a 2-car garage. It is about 2,600 square feet, and this is priced at $529,000.
If you are looking for a house that has plenty of storage, the homeowners of this home really went the distance in getting those cabinets to have the pull-out drawers. They have built-in laundry. They have built-in dishwasher for the bar. Just a lot of extra features that are typically not found at this price point.
Yes, and it's super, super convenient. And the last one is 1650 Lukenbach Drive. This is in Forney. This is a Syntex home that was built in Travis Ranch, which is a great subdivision out there. Small annual HOA fee, but you've got access to the pool and parks and the gym and the blah, blah, blah. Just a great, great house.
The other thing too is the elementary school is just around the corner from this home, and you can't see in those photos, but there are a set of solar panels included on this house.
Yes, they are. So if you'd like to see any of those homes, please reach out. We'd love to make that happen. And with that, we'll be right back. Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pugh, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you missed the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. It's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi everybody, welcome to the second segment, episode 273, Sold with Updike Pugh. And today, what are we going to talk about, Weston?
The impact of community and neighborhood on home values.
I gave you a lot of words to say. Sorry about
I needed
that.
a lot of wind up for that.
So really what we wanted to talk about is we've picked 4 neighborhoods that are in the Dallas area, and we're going to talk about the factors that have affected these neighborhoods and helped push their values higher and higher.
Because valuation of a home is not just based upon the size of the lot, the number of bathrooms, or the condition of the kitchen.
I agree.
And these
Totally
are some of the bigger influencers that cause values to go up if they're done properly.
Yes, and these are some of the factors that also help people buy into neighborhoods that are going to be on the up and coming side of it. You know, if you're not dependent upon schools, you know, maybe you see a trend that they're, you know, those schools through their testing numbers getting better and better, you know, might be an opportunity in a great neighbor, in an up and coming neighborhood, which people ask for that all the time.
I know. I always, yeah.
Light, bright, up and coming neighborhood. I mean, it's something that everybody wants.
So one of the first neighborhoods we're going to talk about is Northwest Dallas, and Northwest Dallas is north of Love Field, and then stops right around, I would say 635,
Yeah.
but you can, and then it runs on the west side 35, and on the east side, let's just say the toll road.
Midway.
Midway
Yeah,
toll
yeah.
road. So that's a really great area. One of the great things about this area are the schools. So
Yeah.
there's a couple of schools that are really coming up as far as elementaries go. That would be for public. That would be DeGoyer and Withers. There's also a couple of magnet schools that have just opened on Walnut Hill that are really great. We talked about these earlier this week, talking about it will be interesting to see what they're like when they bloom. And then you've also have private schools. If you are looking for private schools, this is one of the areas of Dallas that is known for the number of private schools they have.
I totally agree. Crime rates in Northwest Dallas really vary. You know, when people ask us about is this a safe neighborhood or not, we always direct them to looking at crime statistics on the Dallas Police Department website, because what you consider safe may not be what I consider safe. And so using, you know, terms like that, we're just being very generic in like the crime statistics in Northwest Dallas are probably not as good as the Park Cities, which is another area that we're going to talk about. But there are neighborhoods within that Northwest Dallas area that the crime statistics are great.
Yes. Now, one of the other things that we want to talk about are amenities that are in this area. So this area has really begun to develop the biking trails and hiking trails that are in the area. North Haven Trail, I believe early in the show we talked about the Southern something Love Field Bankhead.
Oh yeah, the Love Field improvement program that they're doing, where they've got the hike and bike trails that they're running pretty much all the way up Lemon Avenue from Bachman, or down from Bachman Park, and I think they're going to continue all the way down to where Midway comes into Lemon Avenue.
So there is a lot of that's coming in. Some of the other amenities that we have in this area, we have Bachman Lake, which is home to the Dallas Rowing Club. And I guess I could say one of the other amenities that's in this area that no other neighborhood has is we have Love Field Airport, which really can make both vacation and work that much easier.
And the North Haven Trail stretches across really all of Northwest Dallas. And that, when that was first begun talking about, it was probably 20 plus years ago, because I remember I had some friends that were beginning to talk about it, and I was kind of like, wow, that sounds very ambitious. And now look at what we have.
Here it is.
Here it is.
So one of the other things that we talk about are future development and plans. So in this area, I want to talk a little bit, I'm going to kind of just look at it from housing perspective. Jeff can talk about others, but from a housing perspective, some of the lots over in this portion of Dallas are larger. And so 0.3 to 0.5 of an acre is kind of common. And because of that, we have a lot of ranch homes over here. What that also means is that we have a lot of diversity in what is being built and then also what stays. So there's a lot of opportunity if you would like to flip a house, that's availability. If you want to build a brand new house, that is also available over here. And so it's really driving up prices pretty quickly in this area of Dallas.
And the kind of the commercial development, redevelopment things that we're seeing is, the shopping center at the corner of Walnut Hill and Marsh that was taken out by the tornado is in the process of being rebuilt. I told Weston today I just saw the signs for Jake's Hamburgers on the front of the building there. So it's getting close to opening. And then a little bit further west of there, we have Koreatown. And, that is really an area of town that is really blossoming.
Absolutely. So lots of good things in this area. If you want a little deeper discussion, that's either cocktails or beer, let us know. We'll be happy to discuss. Moving over to the other side of the 75, we're going to talk about Lake Highlands, same area, but Lake Highlands.
Lake Highlands is a great neighborhood. Lake Highlands is served by the Richardson Independent School District, and it has a really great combination of elementary, middle school, and it all just goes into Lake Highlands High School.
It is one of the big draws for that area. Lake Highlands can go all the way from elementary to public high school, which is a really great way to take advantage of the taxes that you're being paid here in Texas. So this is a really great thing. One of the other things we're going to switch and talk about are amenities. This is a really great area. If you are an outdoor enthusiast, again, the biking and hiking trails will continue all the way over there, but you also have access to White Rock Lake. So sailing now becomes an opportunity. And then also in this area, there are a lot more golf courses. And I don't know why there's more golf courses on this side of town, but I feel like there's a few more golf courses that have that accessibility.
Crime in Lake Highlands area is really one of the lower parts of the city. It has I think one of the things that you're going to see when you, I think one of the more important factors that you're going to see is community involvement, community cohesiveness, and that is one of the things that I see Lake Highlands really has done well.
Absolutely. Some of the developments that we're seeing that are beginning to root in are going to be right along 75 and Walnut Hill. Trader Joe's was one of the anchors in one of that subdivisions. That shopping center has just announced that 4 of the restaurants will be replaced with brand new concept restaurants, which is really exciting. And then just across the highway, you've got Walk Star, and you also have Bella Green, and there's a couple of other restaurants. There's actually a new dumpling restaurant that's over there.
Hello, dumpling.
Hello, dumpling. So there is a lot, which is really great because that area has so many in it that kind of building up is really used and used well in that area.
So the third neighborhood that we wanted to talk about, the third neighborhood we're going to talk about is the Park Cities. And the Park Cities consists of University Park, Highland Park. Probably some of the most expensive real estate we have in our city is there. They do have a really, really great school district. It's Highland Park Independent School District, very well funded, as you can imagine. As part of that neighborhood, they have they have Highland Park Police Department, University Park Police Department. Both have really amazing response rates. The amenities there, you've really got a lot of great shopping. I mean, you've got great access to high-end shopping in Highland Park Village, and you're also just minutes away from North Park Mall, which again has really high-end shopping if you want.
So there's a lot of shopping. It is wonderful shopping. There's also Park Cities Club that's there in Highland Park Village, which is really well done. Kind of back to schools real quick. There are 5 wonderful elementary schools that have all been through the conversion or rebuild. Very good. The schools are extremely competitive in sports and also the academics. As far as other, I would say future developments, Jeff, I think I struggle with this because I feel like they're so land tight.
Yeah, they're really landlocked there, and so I don't know. There's a lot of, at least for right now, there's not a lot of opportunity for future development, just because of that, that reason. I
think if anything gets redeveloped, it's like just small stores. Like Dior took the place of where old Polo was in the Highland Park Village, but there's not. I mean, Citadel took the place of Blue Groceries, but that's still in Highland Park. So it's not like there's like up and coming development over there. So crime rate
minimal,
very minimal. Lots of patrols happen in that neighborhood. Lots and lots of privately funded patrols are happening in that area.
So the last neighborhood that we wanted to talk about is Lakewood. Lakewood is really, I think in my mind, it's Central Expressway, north up to Northwest Highway, really over to the other side of White Rock, or really kind of splits White Rock Lake, and then comes down, almost all the way down to 30.
So there's lots of schools that are a big plus in this area. It is one of the huge draws. I want to say it kind of goes Highland Park, and then probably Lakewood, and then Lake Highland. And I know that I'm going to ruffle feathers. Apologies in advance if you have your kids in one. I mean, kudos. But anyway, this is how this kind of flows. Amenities in this area. So I think, again, White Rock Lake is a huge draw. If you go around, it's 9 miles around. There's a lot to do. There's a massive dog park that is in this area. There is just, I feel like, a more active lifestyle that happens in this portion of Dallas. It's just kind of like the migration kind of happens from uptown, and then you move into the M streets, and then you kind of decide, am I going to stay in Dallas, or am I going to head north, or am I going to go into Lakewood or Lake Highland? And I think that's kind of how the natural progression of homeownership happens in this area.
Absolutely, and they've got great shopping. They've got a really great Whole Foods in Lakewood. They also have the Lakewood Shopping Center, which is a very historic shopping center. Times 10 is right there, which is a great place for people to go hang out.
Sonoma Time is a great rosé that's great, that's being served there. Crime rate, again, I think if I was saying crime rate over there, I would be like, crime is it opportunistic or not? I think that with so many of today's smart features, your Ring doorbell or your neighbor's Ring caught, and I think people understand that. Future developments in this area. Casa Linda went through an upgraded area. They did a great job bringing in Torchy's Taco, I believe. Actually, is that home to one of the last Chili's in Dallas?
You know what? It may be.
So that's how old it is. It's also the same people that did Highland Park Village also did this development as well.
The Casa Linda?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So very great place. Lots of fun stuff. And you know what? I take that back. I love the Good Friends is over here. And there's one other bar they're really good right there at PV in this whole area. Really good times over there. We'll get back to you. We'll put it in the comments.
Anyway, another great neighborhood. If you want more information about it, just reach out to us and let us know. Hopefully you found all of this helpful, just talking about Dallas neighborhoods. If there is one that you want us to do a little research on, tell you about, we're happy to do that. Just let us know.
And just remember, we want to be realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.